Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon or good evening or good morning, depends upon the time zone. Thank you so much, all of you coming back on time. So today we are continuing with our digital mastery affiliate in the 100 days of digital mastery program, specialized with the affiliate mastery. I believe all of you went through the notes and the recordings, and you also went through and trusted various platforms which I have been discussing yesterday. Majorly, we discussed about ClickBank. I believe all of you went through and explored the trying to understand more about ClickBank opportunity and the ClickBank platform in general. Today we continue quite important one. I think all of you got an email reminder today. So we are going to talk about kind of avatar. Okay, so that we'll discuss in detail today, and quite interesting, and everyone pay attention today very well. I think as I always say, we need to have a complete focus. Okay, but complete focus of the day, one into the next 100 minutes. You know what is focus means? In the absence of the distraction. So please be away from the distractions which you may going to get it now. So, and since so many people are logging in and saying Salaam alaikum assalam rahmatullah, so everyone to get settled in. Now we will start soon the session with, as usual, the PowerPoint. We'll take you today. We need to define so many things. One of the things is we discussed today about the avatar. Okay, avatar concept when you do in affiliate marketing. Okay, what exactly avatar? All the things we are going to discuss in detail, inshallah. Okay, so get settled in. I'll just take you to the PowerPoint as usual. So if you wanted to pick up the coffee, tea, or anything, this is the time. Come with the notes, and we'll start off. Okay, so today, once again, I'll welcome all of you. Today, 29th day of our 100 Days of Digital Mastery Challenge. Today, August 9, 2020. It's a Sunday, and I'm live from Doha in Qatar. Here is a time around 7 p.m. So today, I'm excited to share with you a very, very important session. And today, if you can get a few important points, your business can be successfully running within few weeks' time. So today, the affiliate mastery, the 4th day out of the 7 days we are doing it is. Today we are discussing about customers. You know that is we have been discussing about product opportunities, niche, affiliate program, vendor opportunities, and all of the things we discussed last 3 days. Today, you know that is the most important thing is customers. The most important part of any business are customers. A set of customers can decide the future of our company, future of our business. The few customers can take a decision on behalf of us, or a decision in favor of us, on decision to buy from the products from us, take the services from us. They can recommend, then our business is going to change. That means our life is going to change, is not. So now here, that's the reason the most important is the customers. That's a portion we did not discuss in detail last 3 days. So we discussed affiliate program, various kinds of products, various kinds of revenue, the components of the successful of the affiliate programs. And we also discussed the technical aspect of the affiliate program, strategy aspects we discussed about it. But the most important thing is, apart from the platform and the payment gateway and the products, the most important is the customers. So today we are going to discuss, and we will be spending a lot of time to understanding about the customers and how they take a decision in favor of us. So we'll start with the customers profiling part. Why this is important is this is directly connected to the success of your business. The decision of your customers is the success of your business. So please understand the important points of the customer's decision. So more number of customers take a decision in favor of us to continue business with us, not one time, maybe multiple times. So that's where our business is going to change. Now, most of the time, so today the session I'm quite excited to share with you, because I always had an issue to define the customers and to talk about who is your customer. And most of especially the people who are first time doing an online business, they don't have a clarity who are my customer. Everybody is my customer. That's absolutely wrong answer. You cannot think about it that way for the normal business. When I say, of course, there are a few exceptions are there. Like, for example, which product has a maximum reach in the world? The maximum number of reach any products got, as people say, it's a Coca-Cola. they have an access. 92% of the human being have an access to Coca-Cola, but 92% of them are not their customers. 92% of the population of the world, which is almost everyone, right? Except the few people who live in the cave and jungle, except everywhere the people can actually have an access to Coca-Cola, but they have a less than 20% of the population as the customers for them. But at least once they tried, only 20% of the population, even though 92% of the people have access. So a large corporate company who hire a McKinsey like a company, still they cannot reach out 100%. So everybody say that is, who's your customer? Everyone is right. That's the first answer people say. Absolutely wrong. We need to define our customers. To make a few millions of dollars, we don't want a millions of customers. We want a few 100,000 customers, maybe 1,000 customers. Sometimes we don't even record 100 customers. As I told you about one time when we did a program the first week of July, when I talking about $27 million through an affiliate program, and I achieved, it is in the number of customers is less than 30,000. Just 30,000 customers give you that kind of money. Even another example I told you now in the introduction time, people always say, I sold 3.2 million holiday package. I had a less than 100 customers. It was a B2B. But actually, that is actually a defined, that if you ask me the best time I defined will be my customers, that's the time. So I know these are my customers, and I only send an email to them. I don't waste the time. I used to, around 1,000 emails I sent, 100 customers I got it, that's it. So, but well defined. But today, if you ask me many times, I think when we define a customer, even today, I tell you a couple of stories, which we do a mistake defining the customer. When you define a customer as wrong, your business goes wrong. If you don't understand, you have a complete idea, complete clarity, you know everything about your customer, like you are going to get married to a person, or you are going to do, like your close friend. If you don't define that way, we really don't understand our customer. So understanding this customer is very, very important. That will come to that point. Knowing the customer and understanding the customer. There's a 2 steps. And first of all, but knowing itself is a first step actually of the success, but understanding is more important because we deal with them online. We are not going to them personally meeting. Most of our online business is completely online, not online and offline. So we will be dealing with them online, digitally, whether it is a social media or an email or a website or a blog or email marketing or a mobile application or a phone call or a WhatsApp. Everything is digitally we are connecting, right? So 99% of the time our customers are online. And they are our customer. We need to define that customer and who are going to buy a product. Whether you become an affiliate, whether you are going to start as a vendor, or you're going to to promote as an e-commerce, whatever the case, this is important part. But here mostly I'll be connecting with the ClickBank because they come out of the defining customers so beautiful. That's an other concept. We'll discuss about it. So defining your customer is one of the first steps all of us should do before even before starting the business. We need to define the customer. That should be one of the steps, part of your document, part of your business plan, part of your initial action plan. You should know who are going to be your customer. Even you're investing money for your business, before you're investing any money, before you're forming a company, before you're setting up the website, before you're even naming the company. That's important because your name of the company, that the customers will perceive them, right? Perceive about that name. So branding is important part. So here is we need to define your customer. Now, in online, to reach out to the people, we define the customers as there's something called psychographics and demographics. In a physical world, we have a kind of a set of an idea to define our customers. My customers are rich class or upper class, age professionals. And then that's the way they start with, the people, my restaurant, for example, I'm running a restaurant. My restaurant clients are not the people who come by bus or a tram, or maybe, maybe a metro. My customers are coming with a luxurious car because my restaurant is a high-end restaurant. So this is the feeling. So they know what kind of a customer. They know who can afford that kind of a food or dinner in that particular area. That restaurant owner knows it. And then they target them. And they will go on and communicate through advertisement, maybe a kind of a cosmopolitan magazine, maybe through other kind of organizing a party through a friend and saying, maybe a club parties or a cosmopolitan club parties, etc. They organize to taste the food. and bring them customers. But normal restaurant may not be doing that one. So for example, if you're selling a tea, maybe you sell a tea for $50, maybe $1, maybe $2, there is a $3. So different price based on what kind of a hotel you are, what kind of a restaurant you are, what kind of a coffee shop you are, your price is going to change, your customers are also going to change. And people also, expectation also the same. When you go to a street vendor and having a cup of coffee or a tea, you're not expecting even a chair there, because you stand and sip it. That's what is to be arranged. Sometimes you go to an expensive restaurant, you even expect a valet parking. You expect a person to open a door for you, person would come and welcome you and serve you the best, everything, right? So we customers also set a different kind of expectation. So even that restaurant or a cafeteria also define the customer that way, right? So I believe I'm clear about it. Now, I'm going a little detail here because I seen most of the time I fail to make understand as a consultant, as a trainer for the people to who are your customer. And most of the time the startup companies or the website owners, when I ask this question, they will not really come back and say a good answer. I don't know, what's your stage? You think about, can you imagine what are your customer? So I'll ask you a set of questions. Think about, you have a clarity, what kind of a details you know about them. Now, normally, actually, I share with the people two things, an example, demographics and psychographic example. So this, you should know to start marketing, because when you're doing an online campaign, Facebook or Insta or a Twitter or Google, they will ask you this detail. So you should know these details. That's a minimum thing, right? Demographics and psychographic. And demographic information for us very easy to get it, and psychographics may not be that easy, because sometimes even the customers don't know. Now, demographic example, when you take an example, your targeted customer is a female, is age between 35 to 40 is your customer's average age, and she's married with the children and dealing with the issues of a weight gain, diabetes, lack of energy, hormonal imbalance. These are the issues they face. These are the demographic, information about your customer. So this is important for you when you even go for not only your initial set of document when you go for an investment, your business planning, potential market survey, even your keyword research, and then you go to say, Facebook campaign, Twitter campaign, LinkedIn campaign, Microsoft campaign, or a Google campaign. All the things they will ask you this question, but not only this one, they'll also ask about psychographic information. So psychographic information, even the consumers usually sometimes will not be able to tell you. So, for example, they're concerned with health and appearance and wants healthy lifestyle, but does not have much time because she's a working woman, but she's allowed to go online by evening. So even you're doing a social media campaign, your trending time, you're reaching out the time, you need to do that one. And she's a big fan of Pinterest. So you need to have a Pinterest profile there if you're targeting your customers in this category. And they prefer quality, not the economy. So they prefer quality products coming in. Now, she's also looked for happiness in the career fulfillment and balancing between her family life. And value for this is, she really value with interacting with a small group of friends, and that's a way that you're one of your customers. So you have a customer's psychographic information, and you also have a demographic information. So this is the way we need to define it. When you define this is, so this sounds very good in theory. In practical, there are some more challenges. That's what exactly we are going to do. So there are so many examples I'll tell you about when things goes wrong, about when you define a customer. Now today, the biggest challenge for any company or organization is in the world, defining a customer. Well-defined customers campaign, get a result. Now, before we go to a smaller segment, now we go to small pack. Before that, tell you a couple of examples if you really understand how the world works now. So how important you get in a macro level example. Now today, the US election is going to come. Now, 4 years ago, the Trump won the election. Now, that is actually few groups like a Google and Amazon in the side of a Hillary Clinton, Facebook, and few other countries in the side of Trump. Now, whether you agree or not, there was a allegation. There is Vladimir Putin from Russia did or not, but Facebook did kind of a campaign. That's a true, right? So who funded, how it funded, we don't know. But Facebook could do a campaign because the person who designed the campaign for American election last time, they well defined the customer, and customers thought. Then Facebook shown them a customized advertisement to the person. I'll tell you one more step of an example for that, how it is. Now, for example, I'm not a voter for Trump, but actually I like some of the policies of the Trump, but I'm a supporter of Hillary. So there is a possibility I might change my vote. So as an election campaign, they need my vote. So now, by defaming a Hillary Clinton, I may not change my decision. As a human being, emotionally, I need to have a change. So now, when they define as, okay, this, if for example, this not me, my age, my profession, everything, and he like Hillary Clinton, and he's in a Democratic Party, but he is having a concern on the gun law with the Hillary Clinton talking about. You know that US, everybody wanted to keep a gun, and Hillary is taking a policy on stand on that was not. I'm not appreciating that. So that's the way they define me. So now when I log into my Facebook system, Facebook platform, I will see a news feed with an advertisement talking about the gun issue, and the Hillary claim come, your gun is going to go, and I'm concerned about my security. So just because of that thought or a series of these kind of information come to me, I changed my opinion. I decided, no, I just wanted to have a Trump to come to the power. So I might take it. Now I have a friend. He does not have this concern. He has some other concern. He will not see the gun. He will not be agreeing with the Trump gun policy, but he agree some of other policies of the Hillary Clinton, but some of the things on the Trump. Now they're defined with that. With that definition, he will see a different advertisement, not the same ad. So the news feed coming to me, showing me the ad for a gun law, he will not see, because he will not support on that to favor of Trump. Because he's an anti-gun fellow. But he has some other concern about Hillary Clinton or some other pro with Trump. So this is the way last 4 years ago, the election happened in US. And unbelievably, no one was expected Trump will win. But actually Trump won the election, right? Because the Facebook did that way. When I say Facebook only a platform. The people who designed the campaign, the people who created the creatives, understanding the customer, that's a point. So this is very, very important. Now, this election, why I'm saying this is now China is going to define a set of a campaign. Now, I don't know, people are saying Trump, again, if it is, the news is right, maybe from the Russia side, they're going to define the customers. Who does the well-defined campaign? That is going to decide who's going to win. Across the political parties, all this opinion forming this across the globe, this is a fact now. It's a huge thing. It's huge. It's not like you are starting a small shop and start doing a business now. It's completely changed. The world is changed to do customers to define. Now, when we define customers, most of the time, when we do a campaign, that each campaign, so these last 3, 4, 5 days, I have been, especially from Eid vacation onwards, have been working with an agency for doing a remarketing campaign for our 100 days of program. The kinds of questions which I'm getting and answering and redefining the consumers, the customers, the campaign which I wanted, it's taking a very, very long time. Because when I answered, they told me, you're not clear. This is not one time. Many times happened to me because we feel we are not very clear. So unless we are very, very clear, we will not understand the customer. If you don't understand the customer, we may not communicate to them properly, and you'll be communicating wrong people. So if you don't know our customers, people say, if you don't know your customers, you don't know your business. So that's the reason it's very, very important for us to understand the customer and do it. This is one of the examples which I'll tell you when you define a customer. And if you don't get properly campaign done, you will lose your major business on it. I tell you, a couple of years ago, I was doing a campaign for a program in my hometown. After a long time, I think 15 years later, I did a program. So my friends asked me to do, why don't you do a program? You're here. So, I happen to be there. That's the time I said, 3 months I'm here. We do a workshop there. So we design a campaign 3-4 years ago. We wanted our customers less to online about their entrepreneur. They're not yet online. They still read a newspaper. They still look into other offline mode, but they wanted to go online. They're entrepreneurs. They're looking for, and that's a target audience. We wanted them to start their own online business, and that's the target audience when we did a workshop. So we want entrepreneurs to come and attend the program and to become a digital entrepreneur. So more than the social media, we thought of going to, they have mobile devices, not only social media, we also use a MMS, we also use other kind of messages to define the customers and do a different campaign. We thought of doing it as a 30-second video, go through as MMS. That was a plan we came up. So when we define this customer, so the definition of the customer not only come with what the profession, we know we need aspiring entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs already have a business and they wanted to go online, they wanted to grow, and they have a little bigger vision. That's the kind of people we are targeting. So we define each characteristic of the person. So in that he will have a mobile phone, he'll have a credit card, he will do a transaction, he'll travel abroad, he'll call, he travel across, different places, and he call, in national level calls, not only local calls. So these are the definition we put out on a businessman. But the campaign, the second day itself, we had to stop the campaign. Because when we targeting the digital entrepreneurs, all these characteristics, this is exactly the same was a reflection of immigrants. What do you call that? The people who come from northern part of the country as a laborers, immigrant laborers who come. They're absolutely they don't even speak English. So we cannot even think about doing the program with them. And but they were the people who were calling, because when we defined this program with a cellular network fellows, we wanted the people who are calling across in India, the people who uses they travel a lot and they uses a lot of banking transactions. All the thing was correct for entrepreneurs as well as them, because they call a home, because they're from North India, they call from South India to that place. And they do a lot of banking transactions. You know why? Because they send money to their house on a daily basis. They send not only one person money, they send 10, 20 people money, one person sent. So that's a huge money. So daily good transactions. And debit card at his family, they withdraw from there. So shows us a good transactions. And sometimes they go use and buy with the debit card. So you understood. So the campaign second day we had to stop, because when we started generating this lead, 1 or 2 we thought was a mistake. But out of the 100 calls we are getting, 30 to 40 calls are like this. So then we had to redefine the campaign. You understood? So that's a way. If you don't properly define the customers, how we may not, to succeed at the campaign. So all about a campaign, right? Once you start doing a campaign, you want people to get the right audience to buy the product from you. So this is quite challenging. That's the reason I'm using a concept of avatar. We'll come to that one. And I'm trying to spend with you around 45 minutes only on a customer defining part, because I want you to have a clarity today. We will do that. So now I have been thinking about, especially to the startup companies or the people who are starting a new business, when I ask who's your customer, they just take this as a technical. Just, it's put in a theoretically, they explain to me very well. It sounds good in theory, but then practically, if you really know that one, then you know customers. So that's the reason when I went through, after a long time and went back to the ClickBank, they're trying to explain to their customers about the concept called avatar. So we'll discuss about. I like the concept of avatar because you can actually visualize what is exactly avatar. So what is avatar? Now, 3 ways you know avatar. Okay, one is recently the most popular is a Hollywood movie. But actually, the avatar is connected to Hindu mythology or a Hindu religion. There is an avatar concept we discuss about. That's exactly avatar. The word came. In Sanskrit, the word it's a descent. It's come from, if you really translate, it comes from the sky to the earth. Okay, so it's basically in mythology, the concept is in the 10 avatars of the world. Like in Abrahamic religion, there's a prophet concept. Here it is. as a concept of a God himself, or himself taking a form of human being. It coming not only human being, because of why I like the avatar concept is because not only human being, there is a different level it comes on it. Okay, so this is a concept of avatar. So we'll go what we all of us know. Then how you define it, you will be able to visualize that way. That's exactly we need to define our customers. Now, so now you know the Avatar movie. So now, are they human being? Actually, no, they're aliens, and they have a different specification compared to human being, right? Now, in Avatar movie, if you define these customers, or if you think as if this is your customer, so you need to define them, how they look like. They look like this. What is their color? How their hair look like? What are their other characteristics? They're powerful. They can actually communicate not only with the waves, they can also communicate with other animals connecting to this. Like if you've seen a movie, you can really understand and how they look like, how they act in another planet compared to human being, what are their capacities, their characteristics, what they like about it, what they don't like about it. So they're defining that. Now think about if you are making a movie, so how you define this character, right? Similarly, we also should do a definition of our customers the same way. Okay. Now, when you look at it this way, they define it as 10 feet and the blue skin, like all this the daughter characters we have seen it as they put it this way. Now, so a much more simple way. I don't know if you are familiar with this, and now those who are not familiar with the Hindu scriptures and Hindu Vedic ideas, those who are from Abrahamic religions or Christian and Hindus, Christian or Muslims or Jewish, we have the concept called prophets, right? The prophets, you have 124,000 prophets, come from a different part of the world and different part of the culture, and they've communicated various things. So basically, when the communication was a specialized one, so many of the prophets, like some people came to talking about, of course, if everybody is a major concept, of course, is theology, but in addition to that, additional communication about maybe financial matters, you takes care of the financial aspect, or takes care of the love, loving neighbor is important, or maybe spreading some speciality. Also, some prophets had. So if you think about one prophet, like you talk about Noah, Jerome immediately had a flood and how he communicated to his people about it. So everybody, we have a kind of a characteristic. Similarly, we need to think about our customers also same vision. Now, when you look at it as he's got around 10 different avatars, which is well defined in the story. So I'm not putting in a picture, I felt very bad putting it in this, but actually, if you Google it, you can see each avatars, they're defined it in a very good characteristics. Okay. The last one, actually, I know a little more. I talk about that one in detail. Now, the first avatar come with actually in form of a fish. Okay. And then there's a tortoise, and there's a boar. Then there's comes called Narasimha. That's a quite popular one, which is a half man, half lion. And then there's a Vamana, there is another thing, Parashuram, who's come with a kind of an axe. Then we have Lord Rama, then Lord Krishna. Then some people, Gautama is connected, but some people will not have this. Anyway, that's a different theological issue. But here is the idea is you're talking about the different avatars. Everybody has a different characteristics. And everybody has a different strength. Everybody has a different weaknesses. And everybody did few things, and they're known for some kind of things. Okay. Now, one of the things is when you look at it is a Kalki. That's the Kalki avatar. The concept is actually yet to come. That defined him in a very well. Some people say already came. It depends upon but everybody, every avatar. So now you go and Google it. Every characteristics is defined. And that's the reason ClickBank also used the concept of avatar. So the concept is actually, because it's very important. I was always thinking an example to say I could not find when I went through the ClickBank tutorials and university. I like the concept they're talking about. Okay, you tell me, we have 4,000 products. Can you define your customers and try to reach them? So you need to visualize your customers. And you need to think about their qualities. There are so many things. So that's the first step. Based on that, your communication also will change. Your approach will change. Even sometimes you might modify your product. Even the communication about the product, you might modify. So usually what happens is, we got a technology. We understand certain strategies. We also understand the products. You also got a payment gateway. You got a time. You got a capital. You put the money. But the communication is not reaching to the right people. We get a lot of no answer. That is frustrating, and it's a waste of resources, waste of time, and we get demotivated, and that further will lead to another frustration. So that further, reduces the productivity. That's the way the failure happens. That's the way then later we give up. Then say, don't work for me. So that's exactly the reason. First, we need to define resource. So we need to visualize the characteristics and the personality and other things of the customers. We need to define it in detail. That exactly when you go to ClickBank, so they'll make you to do. So I would like you to start thinking, then you go to ClickBank and do before you start. So your avatar. So think about, you can think of an avatar of the movie or avatar of the concept of 10 10 avatars of the Vishnu. You think about each character. What kind of a characters you can think about your customer? Who is your customer? Now, this product of you deciding to market by gravity, etc. You decided. Then when you market, to whom, how, what are the message you are going to give? And if your message is not reaching to the right people, we get a bad result, right? And you also should know how do we market them. So you may not market the way to everyone. For example, if you're doing a door-to-door business, think about you're doing a door-to-door business. I mean, door-to-door sales you're doing. Think about it that way. And you go to one place to another place to another place, one house to another house, another house. So every house you go and knock the door with a hop. But different places we have different hop. Depends upon the house, size of the house, depends upon the look and feel of the house, depends on the car parked in front of the house, depends upon the looking at the culture of that, the house, belongs to this category of the people, this community. You have a different hope. Each place you go, this customer is going to buy or not. And sometimes some places you'll have a different approach as well, right? So it depends on the customer. You'll have a different way of approaching. Sometimes you might go into the house immediately and do. Sometimes you will take a permission and go inside. Depends upon on the customer understanding. You take a decision. So here we are not doing a door-to-door. We are sending out 100,000 email, 50,000 email, putting in a Facebook, putting in a Twitter. It's basically kind of a knocking, but you want them to knock and open the door and welcome you and buy the product from you, right? We are not basically, it's not there. So how do you understand the customer? Now you're not seeing the car parked. You're not seeing his size of the house, color of the house, and the location of the house, and culture of the house. So here we need to understand, visualize it as before you sign up and setting up your website and the products there. That's the point. Now, this ability for you to target, with a specific detail is very, very important. But the point is, once you define, how do you market to them? So first of all, you need to start defining this customers. The first is your customers. There's a gender. Is a male or a female or a both? If it is both, what's the percentage? The more gender, or more male or more female. Now, what are their age group? Maybe 25 to 30 or 35 to 40. And are they teenager or maybe a senior citizen? All the things you need to do. And what their ethnicity? Are they Caucasian or African or Asian? You need to actually define it as, and that is based on your communication will change, based on your website look and feel change, based on what you talk to them is going to change, and how much money they make according to you, how much money they have every month, and do they have a credit card? If their credit card is there, what is the credit card limit? If that credit card is a MasterCard or a Visa or American Express or a Diners Club or a Rupee, this kind of information is important for us. And if it is credit card is there, how much the bill he can afford? That is actually, when the iPhone came out, iPad came out, that's the first thing they defined. How much money a person has to pay through the credit card. Apple Corporation defined, let them pay $150, $200 as an EMI from their credit card. So that's many of the people bought it immediately. So that way, what is their income and how much money they can spend. Are they single? Are they married? Are they divorced? Or are they widowed? Are they widowed? Is another important part. You need to have that one. Now, based on that, some of the products is completely the niche product. There's a relationship products in the ClickBank is completely targeting this kind of a purpose. A single, maybe a middle-aged single lady who's not got married yet and trying to fix a man. So he has going through some kind of a problems and issues, challenges. There is a product targeting them. Somebody divorced and separated, they have a different set of a product. That's one is maybe completely there's a product itself. And apart from that, even you need to define your customer's part, what their status. Based on that, you need to communication changes should be there. And are they going to have a kids? If it is there, how old are they? That's another important part. Are they a young parent or a single? This is an important part. Now, where do they live and what kind of places they live? Are they live in a city or a urban or a semi-urban or a rural or a villages? Or they in the city, they live in a posh area or a middle class area or a normal area. So you need to define. So that one. Now, what the language they speak and what are the second language? Do they understand English? I communicate in French or Arabic, and they understand another language, etc. So this is another information you should have it. Now, what is their education level? Are they a high school graduate or a college graduate or a postgraduate? You have. And if you can even name them, these are my customers. So that's also a name. I'm not talking about the real name. I'm talking about like avatar. You have 10 different again. So you think your customers going to be this character. You can have a one. Okay, this type of a customer, I call them apple. This kind of a, I call them orange. This kind of call them mango. You will not have the same email for apple and orange and mango. And apple and orange and mango, you need to send them a different email, different look and feel, different products from your niche you'll be offering. You'll be offering to a person who wanted to lose a weight, age of after 60 is a different thing what you offer them below 30, right? So you need to have a definition for your customer. Even the subcategory should have it. So this is very, very important part. Now, you also should check their emotional triggers. Why should they buy the product from you? So if you, after well-defined, in your communication, why do you think they had to pay you the money to take your products? The hard-earned money of them, why should they give to you for exchange of your products? So what exactly motivate them? What exactly trigger them to take the finally say, yes, I want to buy? So that is very important for you to do it as well. Now, these are the sentences I'll give it to you. I would like you to fill it up before you start doing an online business now. Not only ClickBank, including on entire business I'm talking about. So they think about their values, what they wanted to start. So, and what they're committed to for their goal, what exactly they're committed to. Okay. And they have a dream to improve their life, or they're just happy about what they already have. Or they have a ambitions level or a motivation level is quite high, or it's okay to have, or a visual thinking. So based on that, your communication will also change, even your products also will change. And they basically, the emotional, because many of the purchases people do emotional, which means they're actually really struggling with the problems, and someone talk about the solution for that, they feel to take it. So important part. And how the person feel about their product. When you say that I make a good profit, now you think about someone buy the product from you. How do they feel about it after they're spending the money? And there's a feeling called positive reinforcement. That's a feeling all of us have when we buy. So you remember sometime when we swipe the card and we get the products, we have a different feeling. Some cases, sometimes we may not be happy about, we'll not go back again to the shop. Some places, even though paid more money, we have some kind of feeling called positive reinforcement. We go back there. People even say sometime that positive reinforcement also changes not only the person coming back. I don't know, you felt this one, I used to feel this way. Sometimes when you're buying the products time, you have a good feeling. And for example, you went to Zara, you went to H&M, and you bought a mango. And when you're buying that product and you tried it, everything was a good, was not crowded, you got well treated, you went to the trial room and did properly. and came back in a very good positive mindset. If you buy that one, even later when you wear the shirt and jacket, that become your favorite shirt and left jacket, and you feel good about it. I don't know, you felt this one. I felt many times. Some of it's the same shop you bought many times, but time you bought it and the facility you got it, and that's very, very important part. So that's called a positive reinforcement. That exactly every business owner, every merchant, every retailer is looking for, to create a positive reinforcement, which makes the person to come back. So that's in the management principle. That's a word we talk about, something called positive the customers, the consumers, as a positive enforcement or not. When they spend the money, they're able to come back and spend again, especially in a ClickBank. Very important. Why? Because most of the ClickBank products are not one time. It's a monthly recurring. A person should feel to automatically renew. Every time they renew, you keep getting paid. So that's a good thing. So you need to have that as well. Okay. Now, you also should think about when you're selling and the product, especially in the ClickBank, very important. As yesterday I discussed with the cons, I told you about the cons is basically a lot of products are there. Some product you feel is not wanted products. In your perspective, it is there. Please don't do it. Now, some product, even I felt sometimes it's not necessary. It's not worth paying $19. I felt sometimes. So that's the reason you think about what the product you're selling. If they buy it, is they'll be satisfied or not, and their emotion how it will be after they buy an ebook from you, a video from you, or script from you, books from you, or maybe software or tools from you. After they installing that software or a plugin, are they going to be happy or not? So it may not be a huge amount, maybe a small amount, but still there should be good feeling or a bad feeling should it come, right? Think about that product when you finalize, and you have to match with that. Okay, this set of customers of mine, if they get this kind of a book, this kind of a software, are they going to be happy or not? So it's a more important part. Okay, so now you also need to understand especially the downloadable product and digital products, what kind of a values you give them to their goals and dreams, and what kind of additional thing which you give to them to increase what they value about their life. So this again is the thought you should have it. Okay. So after they started using, it's not only after bought, even after they buy using the thing, how do they feel about that? Feeling is important. Now, you also should know what they fear about it, what are the things, their challenges. If you can address these two things, they buy from you, they buy more often, not only once. So if you can address that fear and challenges, it's a very, very important. Think about what are the biggest challenge. So for example, now somebody's struggling with finances. He getting some income, but he's not able to lose the job. But he wanted to buy a car, want to buy a vehicle. So he's struggling. That is a challenge. Is not additional income. So that's what you're thinking about. Now, some people are working and they don't have much time to spend time with their kids. The parents, know this, understand this one, right? You want to spend more time with your kids, but existing job is not allowing you to do. So wanted to change the career. That's one. Okay. Now, what other biggest challenges they have? Everybody has one or the other problems, one or the other challenges. So what are your customers' challenge? What exactly they are looking to improve? Okay. Now, so this is what exactly through your avatar. You think about your set of customers, so 2 or a 3 or a 10 avatars you have. Keep in your mind with this set of a customer, what kind of things they'll have a worry. So if you can address that, that's the way we understand them. Now, you also think about about their entire characteristics and keep writing about that part. Okay. Now, so once you do this one, you really actually understand your complete business. So now you have products, you have a niche, you have a category, you have a platform, you have a marketplace, you also have customers. Now you may record some time an investment, may record to understand my partners. You need to have a good communication going to the people about your entire business about. Now, we need to create something called an elevator pitch, creating your own elevator pitch about your business. So someone asks you what you do. I do with a ClickBank. That's not the right answer. You need to come out with the right elevator pitch to the people do at its work. So what exactly elevator pitch? Elevator pitch is very commonly known for two segments. One, if you're a startup or you're a businessman, you meet an investor and to present to the investor. It's very important. It's called elevator pitch because investors give you very less time. And if you communicate properly, he invests with you. If you fail it, you may not even get a second chance to even present it, right? Isn't it? So you need to have an elevator pitch to about your business, how you talk about it. So about your business, especially when we are discussing about next week about the business plan and the investors meet, we discuss about the elevator pitch there in detail about your business. Okay. Now, even to your product part, you need to have an elevator pitch. Nobody has a time. Everybody always complains your mail is long, even though it's only 5 words and 10 words. Sorry, 5 sentences or 10 sentences. People wanted to have a very less thing and to understand more about that elevator pitch part. Now, this elevator pitch should focus on a real result and benefits, not the features. So most of the time, people talk about the features of the product. No, the benefits of the product should be highlighted, or what kind of a result you can promise. So this is one instead of the features. So one of the most common mistake people do, that elevator pitch, they talk about features and they will not understand who, whether the customer or in the investors. I mean, the investors part is the investors part. Another segment it is very famous is actually the producers, the directors of the movies. They want a good producer, and again, the producer is the issue, like an investor. They don't usually give a time, and you need to talk to them about a movie. You are going to make it for two and a half hours, or 120 minutes, or 130 minutes, which is not there in this world now. You say that this movie is there, they'll not even fund you because they wanted you. And some cases you can say, I'll remake it. So that's except that the case, there is no concept, nothing is there in this world. So as a director of the movie or the movie maker, need to completely visualize of a 2.5 hours of a movie, then go and speak to the producer with 1, 2, 3 sentences, 30 seconds to 1 minute in elevator of a 10th floor to 11 ground floor, how you go. That's exactly the time you get it. So that's the time you should say. It's in the movie industry, it's called thread. You need to say in the thread. Okay, otherwise it's elevator pitch. It's a thread like an elevator pitch. Usually you go to an industry, the first question they'll ask you, what's your thread? So thread, you need to tell them in 2, 3 sentences, which is less than 1 minute time, or a 2 minutes time, or a 3 minutes time. You should explain about it. Now, if you are a business owner, you wanted to have a fund to raise, an elevator pitch is important for raising. Same way. Now your elevator pitch is recorded to even to your customers. You may be 160 characters a cheat, he should understand. Now your cheat should go with a cheat of 160 with your hope link, right? If a promotional look. So that he should get an idea. The consumers get an idea about the benefits of your product, not the features of the product. The features you may not be able to distort that way, right? So that's exactly the reason your elevator pitching must include USP. What is USP? Unique selling proposition. So it's what is differentiate your product from others? Why should the person buy from you compared to other products? So the unique selling proposition is a very, very important part. Okay. So this makes you different from your customers, from the competitors as well. And now that is actually a complete difference. Even consumers should feel it is. So sometimes when you think USP may not be right USP. So that's the reason you need to test your USP by showing to your customers, say, hey, this is a new product. What do you think about this? And even show to their friends and relatives and neighbors or the people you are familiar with. Check the USP I'm coming out. This is a product I'm coming out. This is a USP. What's your opinion? So that's one of the way you have to test it. Okay. So here it is more on a elevator pitches. It's completely more specific communication we are giving to them. Now, here is the keywords. Even you go for a keywords, again, there's a 3 keywords are very, very short, right? You don't have a maximum 3 or 4 or 5 words, especially a long tail. If in a broad batch and you take a single tail, it's only 1 or 2, 3 words. But otherwise, long tail also will have not many things. So you need to have a very, very defined elevator pitch for even your product if you're targeting the products through social media as well as SEO. Okay. Now, For example, I help young men under 25 who just enter into the workforce overcome insecurity and achieve career success with three simple practices. This is an example of elevator pitch. So exactly I do. Now here, when you look at it here, how do you put the avatar there? I help. The avatar is men over, example is a 50 if it is there, or less than 30. Now, you also said with avatar issue, money and debt problems. There are issues, they're going to retire. So, how am I addressing their debt problems? So, again, you're overcome the other frustration. They have a frustration of the debt, right? So, they also have a feeling of fear. It's there because they think I'm going to retire, but still I have a EMI to pay. So, there I say I'll help you to clear off your EMI by making money like this. And then you can also talk about your product benefits there. Then financial freedom you're talking about, if it is the convenience you want, all the things you need to highlight for your communication, that one. So that's where once you defined. So if we can have this is very clearly defined to consumers. So the ClickBank is a place you have everything. You have products, you have a platform, you have a payment gateway. You can actually build a website also there. And plus, you also can ready customers to buy. Entire customers of a ClickBank is your customer because the ClickBank gives you that freedom. Plus, the campaign to do, even you can partner, you have a joint venture as we discussed yesterday. You can do joint venture with somebody already have 1 million email IDs, 500,000 email IDs, 100,000 email ID. You can do partner with them. They will mail for you. So think about that opportunity you're getting. Now, another way when you look at it is even your products, everything is there, and you can start off, but you should not whom you're targeting. So because it's so easy, one of the major reason for the failures very high with the ClickBank. What is the reason for a failures high? One is there are so many people are trying because it's easy to start, so everything is there, right? A number of people attempting is also very high, but you can actually go back and ask them. The people will say to you, I could not make money with an affiliate program or a ClickBank. You ask around 5 to 7 questions, then you'll understand about it. The first question, according to me, you should ask a few questions. What are your customers, as we discussed, or what is the niche? If it is a ClickBank, you check with them what the gravity they have. Are they went with a long tail keyword, or are they went with the social media strategy with the 70, 20, 10 minutes? So all this set of things which you're talking about, you ask them. Most of the answers, more than 50% will be they never even thought about it. They never not even know about it. And even they know it is, they're not well defined. They're not like an avatar. What I'm talking about, the clarity of thought is not there. Yeah, I think I'm looking for the females category, females by which country? Most of the countries. So that's a vague answer they give you. That's not the exact thing which we do. You know that a campaign, if you're planning to do, is very expensive. Unless you define your money, keep going. You can see in some time the remarketing advertisement, some restaurant in London will come to you. Or sometimes some remote area dentist, maybe some part of the country in the world, a dentist advertisement come to you as you are going for root canal treatment to maybe to China or some other place. No, there's a wrong configuration of the campaign set by the companies, and they keep losing the money. Because when I click for a dental treatment in Shanghai happening in Qatar, and that company is paying money. This is an live example I'm talking about. There is a Shanghai, there is a dental checkup is going. You think we'll do, a special price now because of COVID-19 lockdown over, etc. And it's a complete way because they globally they started promoting that some company would have paid money and some agency would have set that one. So that's the mistake we should not do. We should not waste time. We should not waste our resources. We need to reach the right people. And I have a negative about that company now. Why should they advertise? And they don't take care of their resources. I don't have a good opinion about them, right? A company, a professional company always take care of their resources. They don't waste their money. So my perception about that dental clinic is even negative. Even I go to Shanghai, I may not go there, right? Because I felt it is, they're not targeting properly. Yeah. So that's another important part of understanding of your consumers. So once we do this one, like a niche category, products, customers, and you well-defined customers, your avatar of your customers, you put 3 or 10. 10 is applicable according to me. but not all the category. You don't have a 10 category. You'll have a 3 category, 2 category, but minimum 3 category of the avatar of your customer. So you understood the concept. You have a customer, avatar of the customer. So you have male with less than 25. That's one avatar. You have female with less than 25. You have a aged, middle-aged, divorced single lady. That's another avatar. So every avatar, once you define all the demographic information, psychographic information, then start a click bank. And it's, it's kind of a everything is in one place you're getting to start with. So how do we do that? So how do you become a affiliate with a ClickBank? It's very easy steps. Now go to clickbank.com and there is a sign up form. So go to sign up and it shows the page like this, click on and you complete your profile. So then they'll ask you the pay details. Okay, put the pay details. And they'll also ask you if you have an existing account or you want to create a new account. You can create an account or a new account. You can choose. Even your existing account, you have your kind of, because on a link, you can actually, sometimes you might have already created a ClickBank account without knowing it is. Because sometimes you got so many free things you might have signed up. Okay, so you can actually link with an existing account as well. Now you can also have a nickname like a sign up you can do. And you can also choose a type of your affiliate part you can choose. And you can also, there are multiple options as we discussed. We have JVSU, we have a vendor, we have affiliate, all the options you have. Then you sign up as an affiliate, and then you get a dashboard like this. Once you get this dashboard, so you can go through and explore all this dashboard. The most important is you need to verify your email. When you have verified 2 things on a ClickBank, you should understand it takes around 5 to 10 minutes for a mail to come. Another 3-4 minutes you wait and don't give up. 5 to 10 minutes it takes, number one. Second one is actually sometimes it might go to spam or a promotions. Please check that one as well. And then go to setting and update your payment information. And you can actually set the threshold. All of you know what is threshold, right? Threshold is how, after making, how much money you need a payment to collect. Even they used to do earlier 50. Now I think they've set up with the minimum of $100. And you can get that to transfer to your bank account. They'll ask you how you want to transfer. You can also do that. Okay. Now you can also set, there is an option if you're reducing of $25, which I recommend actually keep it 100. Some companies give it that way. Payment method, direct deposit, payment frequency, weekly, you want it bi-weekly, you can set it. So if you're foreign transaction, keep it $100, $200 monthly payment. That's just the best thing to do have. Now, if you want to directly deposit your bank, you can give a bank country and bank city and bank name you can keep. So they'll transfer the money to that account. Now, how to add the product affiliate website to ClickBank. So now you, for example, think about it as you go to an affiliate website. You have an affiliate website we've taken from us, where we're part of your private beta or part of your mining contract, or even for affiliate program you're taken. There's an example I'm showing. It's a bestinapple.com. There's an affiliate website, and how would you do is what is the step one? You start with us. Okay, step one is go to ClickBank, then log in. Once you log in, there's something called as a marketplace. It comes. You go to marketplace. Then step 2, select the category. You can have a category like this in the site. So you are planning to do in a mobile. Then step 3, you can go and see that about if it is about the ebook, or you can see there. You can choose that book. Then there's a button called promote, and click on a promote. Once you promote it, then yesterday we discussed the hop link, right? Apart from the tracking ID, like affiliate tracking ID or affiliate ID or other customers, we also have something called here hope link. So we can get a hope link. In the hope link, you can customize the website 1, website 2, or email 1 to Twitter. Like we discussed yesterday, you can create a hope link. Then copy that link from the dashboard what they give you, and here, and you add that to in the encrypted in the hope link there. Now once you get that link, this link which is generated hope link, from there actually you can copy and paste in the dashboard. So what is the procedure you use in the dashboard? So you're going to the dashboard of the ClickBank, and you are taking a product from there and keeping a product in your affiliate website. This is a procedure I'm showing, but not necessary you should have this way. You can also have a ClickBank website, but there's a ClickBank builder, you have to go and build, there's a payment to pay. But if you already have an affiliate website for your mining or your private beta, or you already got it part of that, or you're part of your AOBB affiliate package, or you got add-on package, so you keep this website, you can keep this is without any technical knowledge, as we discussed a couple of days ago. You can copy and paste in your dashboard. So how do you do that one? So log into your dashboard. Once you log into the dashboard, there is a menu. I'm marked in red here. You can see affiliate. So when you click on affiliate, so that button open, there is affiliate brand and merchant and my commission. That there's a button comes there. So all this details is in detail is that I'm not going in detail because we referred day 26 of August, and this one we discussed earlier on the 5th of August. So all the things we mentioned there. Okay. So here it is in detail it's there, but now the steps I have to complete here. You go to add a merchant. When you can add a merchant, you copy and the merchant name, you keep it there as a ClickBank. Then submit it. So there, when you add a product, so go to the click on it, and the ClickBank is a merchant name. You add the products. When you're adding the product, there's a category, subcategory, sub category comes in. So you need to copy and paste that in that place. So when you copy and paste, you remember that in the platform which you can copy the affiliate API, you can keep it. At the same time, you can also choose the merchant there, and even you can do SEO keyword and the price. So based on this, you go to the website, it will be reflecting there, and you can be the product added there. Okay. So when you added the product, actually, the including price people see there, and in that, when the people click, they buy from ClickBank, you get paid. That's easy. The thing is right now when they buy it, you can even see have a product with the click buy button when they buy, and to go to the ClickBank page. But ClickBank understand it comes from your website, and you get a percentage, maybe 50% or 45%, depends upon what that product you're getting. Now you can see the button. There's something called add to cart button, actually a beautifully designed button and very good sales page of a ClickBank. Even their upsell page is really good, so you can have that one. Now once the people click it, you can also have a country based, you can currency changing, it's possible. So it comes to Qatar, it will be Qatar Riyal, and if it is in India, it's Indian rupees. If the Pakistan, it's Pakistan rupees. If it's a euro, it's a euro. Okay, so you can have a different currencies for that. And even ClickBank gives you the payment gateway. So where they'll ask about the payment gateway, credit card or a PayPal. So that they choose to pay credit card, the money comes to you into the PayPal account as a credit card. If they choose to pay PayPal, which comes especially on a subscription time, they basically add the PayPal is the best for subscription, because automatically the money will be debited every time, even without even OTP. When we discuss this point on a payment gateway part, some credit cards are also allowed without additional OTP. You keep money going from the account. Now from your card it goes same way. Many of the card will pay you. That's a good thing about the customer part. Okay. Now the pay now. So money come to them, and it will come to your percentage of that one to your account. Now, there's one important part in your dashboard you have to do. ClickBank is all about, mostly about email marketing. So if you ask me ClickBank how they get maximum businesses, actually email marketing. And the good conversion they make through email marketing. Okay, the advantage of the email marketing of the ClickBank is because it's a completely opt-in list, completely curated list, completely targeted list, because the list is actually, the campaign will define what kind of a customer they are. So that's the reason, if we are not utilizing the dashboard or the funnel of the ClickBank, if you're using this one, you also should start thinking, because This ClickBank dashboard has automatic facility to adding that is into your platform. So over a period of time, you have a good number of lists coming up. Maybe 1 year from now, you think about something like this. Every day you are adding 100, 200 emails while giving free something, which I talked to your strategy now, how you increase your list on it. Okay. So from there, you automatically it's registered. But here, sale is happening in the dashboard of the ClickBank. You also wanted to have an opt-in, even though he's not buying a product. He's not buying a product. He will not give the details to ClickBank, right? But he's interested in. At the moment, I'm not buying because I don't have time, I don't have money, or I wanted to come research and come back. All the thing comes up, right? So that's the reason you think about this, adding this opt-in list and double opt-in list of your email IDs. So what exactly opt-in list? The people who are ready to receive a communication from you, that's called opt-in list. They opt to receive an email from you. In fact, they subscribe an email of yours. Okay, so that's one of the criteria. When we discuss about this email marketing in detail, we'll discuss. But now, for your understanding, many of the country or most of the country in the world, they asking us to do mailing only to the opt-in list. They're not taking opt-in list. They are basically not recommending to sending an email. There are few countries are very strict in the enforcement also. They're not only just rule. If you send out an email, those who are not opted, even that's a criminal offense. So one of the strict rules is a Canadian rule, and there are rules in the European Union also. I think they might be revising now, but there's a very strict rule. You cannot send out an email of a commercial communication to any potential customers or any customers or any unknown user unless they opt to send an email. That's the reason your opt-in list becomes important, and you can also have a double opt-in. What's the difference between opt-in and double opt-in? Opt-in is the person come to your website and put their email ID, so agreeing that is, I would like to receive an email from you. So how do you make this one? No one do that usually, right? Unless he's interested in your product. So that's the reason you give out a lot of free products to them, like a free book, some free report, free videos, free ebook, and I'll start giving, or coupons and vouchers giving. So while taking that, you take their email ID and use as the ad that is, I would like to receive a future communication from you. Or by default, by clicking that, you agree that you receive an email from you. It's up to you how you want to have friendly note or other note. It's an important part. Okay. So this is called opt-in list. So then I opted it as I get it. Now, what is a double opt-in? I opted the email, and then to that email, automatically a confirmation will come. In that email, I agree that is again. So that's called double opt-in. So when we double opt-in and opt-in, that's only the difference. There's a opt-out and double opt-out also there. So now as an affiliate business view, the most important is the email and opt-in list of a double opt-in or a single opt-in list quickly. So that gives you ongoing revenue, plus the valuation of the company also increases on. Now you can see the subscribers list automatically in the dashboard. You can have their date, time, and email IDs, etc., completely in the dashboard. You can take and use that one. You can also see the opt-in list is in a different way in the dashboard. One can be opt-in list of the subscribers. One can be through a banner you are receiving a lead. There is a different kinds of a lead you are receiving. You can have it as in your affiliate. Because I'm not talking about ClickBank. I'm talking about if you are not using a ClickBank. So one of the reason I'm saying, I realized yesterday, recently ClickBank is improved a lot. And I noticed that they increased the price of the ClickBank University. Earlier it was at around $45 to $47, which I noticed now is at $200 to $300 they're charging for a training. So now if you don't want to use a ClickBank platform, you can use the same affiliate website, which is you already have for a mining, or you already bought it for a private beta, you can utilize that one. Now, if you are taking an AOBB affiliate package, obviously one affiliate, ClickBank one is also you'll get it. So even if you don't have it, you can use any of the affiliate platform to start promoting the product of ClickBank. So, this way, you can set up your website. Okay, so you can start promoting the ClickBank product Now, once you have it in your website, the same website is already linked to the social media. Same website has SEO, same website, everything, the dashboard has everything. So once you get an affiliate, you got a 4,000 plus product categories with that 50 to 75% of the thing. And you can also have a joint venture. You can also become vendor. All the thing you can do even without a ClickBank platform, you can do with your website. So either of the thing, I would personally recommend to all of you to have it immediately, because 2 weeks from now, we are going to start a campaign. So when we're going to start a campaign, precisely first week of September, we're definitely going with the campaigns. We're going to do the campaign of a triple R, the 3I integration. All these things is completely on a website with social media and SEO. If you don't have this three thing, you're missing one of the things. You may not be able to perform the campaign. So I strongly recommend to all of you, those who especially wanted to participate in the championship, which we do after 100 days, please start making the website now. And those who already opted the website, and those who already have it, is tomorrow onwards, Monday onwards, tomorrow onwards, we start processing. So please fill up the form, website hosting form. We'll make a website for you at the earliest. At least this affiliate website we make immediately. So you have all the things to work on. Otherwise, you may not be able to work on something, right? So please do that. Okay. Now, once you have set up this website, you define the customers as well. Now you have everything in place. Now you have one more opportunity, which is normally we don't have a other affiliate program. Here you can also become a vendor. You own a product. So now one of the drawback of affiliate program, people say, why should I promote others' product? Okay. So of course there are a lot of advantages of promoting others' product. You don't have to invest in product, you don't have to logistics, you don't have to take a commissions. Sorry, you don't have to take a payments, you don't have a after sale service, and you don't have to invest money on it. So many advantages are there. Now, other way when you look at it is, now one of the drawback would say, why should I promote others' product? That's also a good point. Now this, you have an opportunity here. You can become a vendor. You can have your own product and promoting it. Either you can develop your product, create your product, or you can also have a private label products and promoting this one. So how do you do this one? So go to a dashboard and go to the vendor settings. So that's a dashboard area. There's a vendor setting. You can go there and you can set the vendor setting part. Now you want to have your own product, add new products. So there you put it as actually the details, selection, the type of that one, and what kind of products you'd like to create, etc. And it's a recurring physical product or an online product or a digital product, etc. So you put all these details, it depends on what are the items, what are the product title, and the item numbers and languages, image, description, every details for your product, you will put it there. And you also put the thank you page URL, and there's a mobile thank you page URL is different, and shipping profile you do, delivery method, delivery speed, and any taxes are there, and 7 exit, you do that one. So this is the way you can actually complete setup on your dashboard. You can do so click. This is that easy. So you become a vendor. I don't know how many of you realize this is becoming a vendor with a ClickBank. Why it is amazing. Now you know that this creation of the product is not a big deal. Marketing that product is very important. The ClickBank, we have the advantage. We have already the affiliates are there. The moment you create an vendor account, all the ClickBank affiliates are your affiliates. They will promote your products. Even you can do a joint venture arrangement, saying about now somebody's already promoting a product. Until I promote you, you promote me. Or you say that is, I saw you have a fantastic product. I'm also having this product, and both together I'll promote together. I can bundle it together in a block. So pay me percentage. Your Hop link is a fantastic thing. You can actually, each person you are doing an arrangement, you can have a separate ID. So you don't have to share apart from you did an arrangement with the person, a joint venture arrangement for a blog promotion. You do another fellow is good at social media. He's good at his influencer. You do an arrangement with his Facebook. So that can be another idea, right? So like that, each arrangement you should be able to manage with your Hop link. That's another thing. So you have millions of affiliates who are ready to market your product if you do it as. So how it is set up as? First of all, you need to go to the category. So when you go to the category, Search where the niche is present. You can see the list of niche in the ClickBank. So huge number of niches there. So you choose that one. In that one, you choose that, you can see so many product category. And that product category with so many options will be there. You need to very carefully use, including the gravity, which we discussed about. What are the initial sales? What are the average sales? And what are the average rebill? And average percentage of rebill? And everything you study and chooses. Don't blindly choose. As I told you yesterday, blindly choosing is an issue. Do not gamble your business. You need to properly do the business, thinking about your customers and your avatars, right? So think about that way. Then strategically choose the your avatar. Who going to buy from you, and based on the psychographic and demographics, and what kind of a product. And that product, how much is the gravity? How much is the market potential? How much is the price? And my customers can afford to pay this or not. All the thing is an important step, right? So you can see so many products there. Now, for example, you wanted to search for a dog training, as we discussed yesterday. So click on a dog training in the marketplace of the ClickBank. And you can also filter with a lot of things. Like you wanted a gravity between, let's say, 15 to 70, like we discussed. Or you also wanted an average sale. This I wanted. And I wanted the initial sale is this much. How much is the refill amount or a rebilling amount? And the average sale should happen. So all the thing based on this, you can search it. Once you search it, you get only that one. So you remember this, don't forget, these are the things. Do not just standard setting should not go. Specifically mention it as and choose the 15 to 70 as we discussed. So once you finalize that one, you go through that products in detail. Then there is a button called promote. Actually, you can start promote that one. And you can also have a nickname and optional tracking ID, where you can have a complete control, and you can do that one. Okay. Now, once you create that one, you create your account name and a tracking ID for that. And tracking ID, and as we discussed yesterday, when you promote in Twitter, when you promote in YouTube, everywhere you can choose. So Twitter, you can use a tit or a TR, or a Twitter you can use. YouTube, use a YT, YouTube. So you know how you're promoting and where you're promoting and the portion you're getting. Now, where the leads coming from, you know that is now where the leads are coming on. Now, once you done this one, create an account, you can actually, the hope link, you can display it this way. Now, yesterday we discussed the hop links. I'm not going much on a hop link, that one. So you can have a promotional materials, everything based on that. ClickBank will give you the email 1, email 2, email 3, email 4, your blog, everything ClickBank will give you. It's already there. You only have to customize it. That's a good thing about ClickBank, right? So you cannot just customize and start doing it as well. Okay. Now, once we have all the things, how do you really make money with the ClickBank? So first and most important part is how do we set up that payment part? Okay. Now, one of the best way to understand is actually understanding from the competition. Now, who is your competition first? Another affiliate person is your competitors. Another vendor is your competition. And a good thing about this people is they are already making money. So we need to learn from them. So as I used to say to my friends and to the popular colleagues, you sometimes read even the mail coming to your mailbox as a promotional, because they're amazing words, amazing thing we learn. Maybe sometimes, maybe 1 or 2 mails, the 3 mails you randomly decide to read in a day. So you think you read around 1,000 emails in a year time. And these 1,000 emails might have taught you so many things. One is, if you're a digital entrepreneur, the email style campaign you understand, you can also actually understand so many things. Plus the product details will be there. And the offer details will be there. And so many new technology products they'll be introduced to us. So that's a minimum thing everybody do. Now, once you are ready to start a business in ClickBank, you definitely look into the affiliate marketers. And good thing about, again, this one now, ClickBank, even the successful people, they themselves come on a weekly basis, some of them, and interact with you. the mistake they did, they shared with you. That's an amazing thing. They're very openly tell you, I was trying like this, I did not get success. Then I changed the email content, I changed the frequency of the campaign, and I started linking my blog and my social media. All the things they will tell you. Now, so that's where you need to start making that campaign. Then choose, of course, use the useful products, popular products. Now, this product, amazing products you have, and product features you have, product promotion content you have. Now, this play a major portion of your success. How do I say that? Like, for example, how well you define your product compared to your competition. So when you wanted to compare that one, you should know how your competitors are done. So you need to check with that how they are doing it. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the content part we discussed earlier, solving the problem solution method, we need to write thing one. And an example, a meditation course, which I told you about yesterday, you can actually promote as a self-help book also. Not necessarily a meditation book, because you always promote as a spiritual book or example, no meditation book. You can also talking about finding happiness on that one. Okay. Now, basically, you're solving the problems. I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm down, I'm no motivation, no energy. That's a problem. And say, hey, I'll give you a fantastic book which motivate you, which also give you techniques on just you practice the 20-30 minutes. It's a physiology and mental status together. That's a communication should do this one. Now, one other important point here I would like to mention before we end today. The most important part is the competition. Many people say competition is very bad. Actually not. Now you go to an investor usual case and you say, no competition, an investor usually don't invest. You know why? Because there's no competition means no one else is right. And there is a, the reinvention of the wheel may be happening or not tested, proved. So that's the reason you need to have a competition. That's my idea. If unless you coming out of some revolutionary new product to the market, so competition is not okay. Now in ClickBank perspective, very good thing is you can become joint venture with them. If he feels he's doing very good, you should do joint venture with them. So tell them, okay, I found an amazing product with you. I can promote your product. What's the deal? And this you can do in the ClickBank platform. So easy. That's exactly a marketplace. Marketplace is like in a physical world, you think about a marketplace. You go to a vegetable market, wholesale market, a farmer's market, how this you can negotiate and get the deal, blah, blah, blah. You can do that one, right? So this one, you need to refer the day 28, August yesterday. You need to go and understand about this marketplace happening. Now, the good thing about affiliate marketing with ClickBank is, as I mentioned, your competition, you can actually even become an affiliate. He's successfully running a business and making millions of dollars. Even that person, you can have an arrangement because he will promote your products. So that's the beauty of our ClickBank marketplace. Many other affiliate program, we don't have this opportunity. So ClickBank gives you this opportunity. So even like yesterday I told you about Robbie. Robbie is making $500,000 every year, and he make $1,000 per day. And that kind of a guy promote your affiliate program if you properly communicate with them. And you can have a special setup for arrangement. So a joint venture as a vendor, you can do that one. And it's basically kind of a hook. You are doing it is with them. And that is actually your hopping. It's basically, it is in the marketplace, you are trying up the person to reach out the right, with a unique ID and understanding, doing that one. So that way, each category, that's a good thing about ClickBank, as I mentioned, you can easily target and get the tracking of each campaign, each email, each joint venture arrangement, each vendor arrangement, each affiliate marketing arrangement. So this flexibility of this platform is amazing if you properly use it. Because you have a ready-made everything. You have a ready-made platform, technology is there, you have a customers are there, you have affiliates are there, your payment gateway is there, everything can ready to start. Okay, but you need to take a set of decisions. So these decisions are the decisions, your strategies, your niche, your category, your product, and your customers, your avatars of your customer, and the pricing. So now the pricing comes, and you need to specifically do at the competitor standard. If you reduce this too much, they think your product is not very good, and too much, people don't know you're expensive. So you need to do a proper manner on the pricing part. Okay, so you need to place it according to that, and you also should have a campaign budget on it, which we discussed about the campaign time. Because if you plan to sell for $10 one product, so how much percentage of the money you can spend for campaign of the $10 products? So you'd spend how much money you can spend. So for example, you have $1,000, you can spend $200 to $300 for a good campaign, and the number of people buying. So it's very, very important for the product pricing when you do campaign budget also to add it to the product, because you have to amortize the product and campaign budget to the product, because no one else is paying promotion, nobody is paying you money. Only the customer buy the product, you get profit, right? And profit, before making profit, you need to understand what the expenditure you incur. So that's most important. So you need to do that one. Okay. So you need to amortize the product price to promotional price to the MRP of the products. Now, another thing is, actually, we finish another few minutes now. There's a truth about the traffic. So everybody says, okay, everything is well. How do I get the traffic? That's an important part, right? Now, the first thing about any kind of affiliate program, including clickback affiliate program, you're building your email list. How big is your list is the big opportunity for you to get the success. Now, you can actually send a publisher affiliate link directly, right? But you need to customize that one and do. Then they'll be tracked and do. But actually, the conversion ratio is actually, work on a digital product with a ClickBank. You need to work with 2 to 3%. Usually, I recommend 5% the conversion rate. As I told you, 5% you're doing is a 100%, but the digital product is much lesser. It's less than 2 to 3%. So you work with 2 to 3% is amazing. So means you send out 100 people, only 3 people buy the product, which means 97% of the people are going to say no, which you should not worry, because you are not looking for 100 people to buy. If you have a 100,000 email or a 1 million emails, and you're selling a $1 ebook, so you're thinking about, you should not think about, I'm selling a 1 million email, I'm going to make a 1 million today. No, 1 million, 3%. How much it is? 30,000. That's the maximum thing you are going to get it. That is again not the one set of an email. That's a fourth category of an email you should expect this conversion. The conversion of a 2-3% is actually ClickBank as a facility. It's called, first is actually, you come to the funnel, then you use that email contact, then take to the process next step. This is in the campaign time we are going to discuss in detail. So you can see that many of the ClickBank email come to you. The people are doing an email campaign to you. It comes to you in a different way. Sometimes they will give you something is free. Most of the time it comes to you free. But that process, when you're free, when you're downloading time, you give an email. Based on the download, they'll understand what kind of a person you are. And the ClickBank has a facility, based on what you downloaded, he will send you next mail. For example, now I'm selling a weight loss products. Now in the weight loss products, I have a dietary plan, I have an exercise plan, I have a herbal, maybe some fruit, even some drinks I have to take it. So 3 books I'm going to send out. Okay, this is a good herbal product from Africa. It's extracted, a good story about it. Some testimonial is this one. Or another weight loss program with exercise. That's an exercise technique of 20 minutes. If you do how to reduce your belly within 20 minutes, there's an exercise. Then maybe another dietary plan. So all the thing to the avatar of the customers is accept. Yes or no? Now, as a customer, if I open this email, I might do all the 3, I might do 1. Now I chose exercise. When I click down, books came to me. So then the second email triggered with a next campaign based on exercise. I will not get a dietary plan, because I get about, okay, you're buying this one, So we have another book, which is, even you can also reduce the weight in another with 3 weeks of exercise at 10 kilograms. All the things talking about another book can become. So this facility of selling, customized selling and upsell is you get this one. Now, first of all, you look at what is your short-term success. Your short-term success is the list you are building. How many of the people are really you generated a lead, and how many people agreed to receive an email from you? How many people are wanted to have information from you as they subscribe? That's a very, very important part. So building an email list is your short-term success and is going to be a long-term success for you as well. So we need to create an email list on that. Okay. And email list, all the ClickBank successful people that tell you I have a 2 million email list, I have a 3 million email list, which is they developed a few years of time. So that must be one of your goal, to have email list with us. Okay. Now it's kind of people say, you have a good email list, you're kind of an ATM machine for you, because whenever you want to make money, you make a campaign, you go to the ClickBank, find out a good product, find out a good affiliate program or a vendor program, and send out the people if you know the person who's interested in which category. So that's the reason they call. So how do you create this one? So I would like to talk to you the strategy number 20 before we close today, which is giving away free content. You give out something free, so for a free they will download. Based on that, you will understand what kind of a person he is. So first of all, to download, you will ask his email ID. Then you can say that is sent your email. That way you can become making a double opt-in, because he opted to download, then mail to come to you. So he'll click there in your mailbox. So even he'll not do it. So otherwise, if you give him an email ID to enter, he might do a wrong email ID. Or by mistake, he'll do, or something intentionally he just want to download, he don't want to send a mail. So you put him the real email ID. So it will come to his email ID. The moment it come to your email ID, obviously the consumer, what they do, they put a real email ID to receive this information, the link to their account, right? So give them a free something to by email and to build a relationship with them. And once you give them a good free books, many other booklets of fantastic information comes to you. You go back to that, you thank them, you feel good about them. You got that one. Okay. So it's basically the SKUs page is basically you're exchanging the email and getting that person, let him understand is what kind of a person you are, and giving them. Now, it's based on that, you can keep sending in affiliate offers. It's not bombing with him a lot of information. You give them a lot of things which they wanted. So, for example, you have a health and fitness, give them a tips free of cost by email again and again. Do not even ask them to buy anything. So there are in a ClickBank emails, I've seen it as people 4 or 5 frequency of the things they give a tips and tips and tips. Then they'll send you a link to buy. So that's a method they use. So you can have that one. So one of the things which I recommend is you can have so many things to give free. And as part of a strategy, I would recommend those who are starting if you're starting in downloadable products, there are a lot of private label products with a damn cheap price. Recently I bought around 3 million articles. This is less than $300. So 1 TB of the article, 1 TB. So they give you. So it's not that expensive. Even you want to have 1,000 articles, 2,000 articles. You get a 2,000 article is enough for you to give another 2 years for almost every day 1 or 2 articles free. So every time you keep giving, keep taking to he value, and that which we discussed about that loyalty or the positive reinforcement is increases with the consumers, and then he will eventually buy the product from your there. So that's the reason in a ClickBank you have an opt-in and SKUs page. It's also opt-in. It's also called SKUs page. The SKUs page in the follow-up email sequence also you can fix it as I mentioned. Now you can also do broadcast of your email and with the free content like maybe a PDF file, maybe downloadable ebooks, or embedded with the directly email, all the thing you can do. And make it 2 to 5 minutes in a very personal connection email to them, and make it completely focused and simple one. make sure that you open the email. That's an important part. It's also important to site the, to the Gmail. They'll so phone they'll also accept, and it come to their email ID. So that's a simple small email with text, and reaching it. Otherwise, it will not land in a proper inbox part. Okay. Now subject line. This what I'm not discussing now. There's a one full day we are going to discuss about a different kind of an email marketing program. So where you need to have this idea to do this one. Okay, so with this we conclude for the day. Now email campaigning is a major part of the ClickBank. So you need to build a relationship with a lot of people by giving a free. Think about increasing your contact list, and you need to deliver that one. Is and let the people keep adding it is. And you need to create that those who downloaded that book, they usually like you, and frequently downloading people, be helpful to them, not keep putting a lot of information, and add value to their customer life, as we discussed. And when we add value to the customers, it's an opening the huge opportunities, correct? And you getting it is all this information about the consumer that way. Okay, so now tomorrow we'll discuss about the different kinds of a traffic which you can have to generational traffic. Tomorrow we'll discuss in detail. We also discuss about other platforms where we can have a downloadable products, and another type of a how do we say, another type of product we can sell through other platforms like a Google platform, where we can sell as an add-on, we can sell as a various other marketplace thing. We'll discuss in detail. That is tomorrow. So I believe that you've got a comprehensive idea about ClickBank today, and I would like to all of you to look into this opportunity in detail and go and explore about the ClickBank. What is that? ClickBank platform in general, and ClickBank University especially, to understand more about their product. And I strongly recommend you need to go through ClickBank training program, which is completely customized for ClickBank businesses. Okay, so once you go through that part, once you go through that ClickBank University, everything, it's easy for you to set up. Now we will set it for you if you are taking something called AOBB with us. That is automated online business bundle, which come with one of the digital downloadable platform with one additional website. So we will also set it for you, and if you wanted to have that one, you talk to your mentors and they'll help you to have that one as well. So otherwise I recommend you to go through the ClickBank University. As I mentioned yesterday, you can go step by step of the training program, then you get that. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. I think we could finish today almost to the ClickBank. Only the traffic part is pending now. Other opportunities we'll discuss in detail tomorrow. Now, a few minutes from now, I'll be joining with a mastermind group. I'm looking for a fantastic session like we had yesterday, in detail about it, discussing about the vendor opportunity, affiliate opportunity with the downloadable products and the stuff. I'm looking forward to our detailed discussion because a part of the AOBB. All of you should get this one. Okay, thank you so much once again, all of you. And I just want to tell you that today I could not take a question. We almost up the time, and definitely taking a question in the mastermind. And this Tuesday we will not have a question answer. We shifted to Q&A for a Thursday. So now most of the week we are coming out with various kinds of masteries. So we start on a Saturday, we finish by Wednesday, then Q&A will be on a Thursday. So you'll have a complete idea and complete notes and materials to ask the questions on that. So that's the way we shifted to Thursday. So you can keep putting your questions. We'll have a lot of questions this week because how many people are asking. So we'll be taking a question first come first serve. So you wanted to ask the questions, you can keep asking until tomorrow when the mail come. You'll also have a Q&A question. You can ask if you forgot the old one. You can ask the form, the questions to do it. Okay. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the mastermind shortly from now.